It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in the beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, could you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Hey, good morning, neighbors. Welcome to the Village of Venetia. We're going to try something new here. The beginning of maybe an every Thursday show, right around 9 o'clock when we shoot this in the morning, for the next couple weeks. So we're going to try that, see if it works. I always wanted to, Mr. Rogers was a hero of mine, and so I always wanted to do that song. I learned it last night, in fact, but I've been singing it together really all my life. If you were a part of the Mr. Rogers crowd when you were growing up, I think, I don't even know if they show reruns now. I think Daniel Tiger might be on, you know, one of the characters from the Village of Make Believe. I think that could be on, but gosh, I was doing a show in Due West, South Carolina in 1996 with old VHS in a small community, and it was like this very same thing. We did it every day sometimes. It was all a one-man operation at Erskine College and Seminary. We had one VHS camera. I'd set it, I'd turn it on and go and do the things, what I'm doing now in front of the camera, and then bring guests on, and it was the funnest thing. When he bought a new fire truck in town, they let me ride on the fire truck with the camera on my shoulder, and we took those scenes. But anyway, so we're going to start something new here for a while. And so it's good to start with Mr. Rogers, our hometown Pittsburgh kind of guy that just made the world a better place. And that's what we're trying to do here in this little neighborhood, this village of Venetia. I got the overalls on, the flannel shirts. This is kind of, this is my everyday wear down there in the village. If you ever get down that way, lots of things to do. Baseball season's coming up, so they're grooming the fields down there. They're building a new deck off the snack shack right in the village, and so that should be done by opening day sometime here in April. The Wright House is making provisions for all the things coming up in the spring there. The school, the old Venetia school right next door. I'll give you some dates to put on your book for activities coming up. So lots of things coming up in the Village of Venetia. So we got to be prepared for that. And so we wear our work clothes most of the day. I had a chance to do some holiday traveling for St. Patrick's Day and visited some friends up in Sharon, Pennsylvania. At the original Quaker Steak and Lube. Great people up there. And I wore this for St. Patrick's Day and had my hat on. And there was a total stranger in the crowd says, you know who you look like? I said, Prospector off of Toy Story. And I said, yeah, okay, I'll go with that. He said, do you know who that is? I said, yeah, we watched all of those movies with Tom Hanks doing the voice of Woody the Cowboy, and also, ironically, he was the Mr. Rogers in Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood movie that came out just a few years ago. So anyway, let's give you a little thing of what's coming on the Village of Venetia, right here at in the 788 block of Venetia Road, Brights United Methodist Church, the old schoolhouse next door, the Heritage Society, the Wright House Museum of Western Expansion across the street. That kind of constitutes the Village of Venetia, including the old country store. If you haven't been there for breakfast, fantastic. In fact, if you want to get there on a Saturday, a Friday or a Saturday, you got to get there like 7 when they open. The place is absolutely packed. Carter and Charity do a great job in there, and the cooks are just amazing at the old country store. But that's where folks gather, and you celebrate community there in the neighborhood. So you get down that way, tell them that you saw Pastor Rich on television talking about them, and you know, they'll give you that free cup of coffee refill on me. Anyway, things that are coming up. We've tried to make the village of Venetia, Wright's Church. That's very historic, goes back 200 years to 1823. A center of a theater center, music and theater center for children. And so this has been 40 years in the making, 40 years that I've been in ministry, and it's finally the culmination we've seen the last 3 years right there at Wright's Church. So we're happy. One of the groups that we host is the South Hills Children's Choir. They are got to be, you know, one of the preeminent children's choir in Western Pennsylvania. They are just fantastic. Jenny Nolan's their director. They have about 80 kids, all the way from, I think, 5 years old up to high school in a variety of different choruses. They sang at Carnegie Hall in New York City last year. They've got a tour going over to Italy, I think, coming up this summer. They, not only do they just sing, but they learn proper technique. And the music they do is incredible. Anyway, they've got a fundraiser coming up tomorrow, or no, on Saturday. It's March the 29th. And they've done this for the past 5 years, because I've been a part of it. And they're calling it Souls for Songs 5K, moving your feet for the beat. And so that will be on Saturday, March the 29th, starting at the Halcyon Brewery in Oakdale, PA. Now they're going to be walking the Panhandle Trail there. So if you go, I guess if you show up at the brewery, and there'll be free Starbucks coffee, bagels. If you show up there at 8:30, the kids will sing a song or two before they begin, and then do that 5K to raise money for the South Hills Children's Choir, which is just a phenomenal choir. So any more information on that, go to our website, wrightsumc.com, I guess, or our Facebook, again, Wrights UMC Facebook, and we'll have some information on that. Souls for Songs, coming up on Saturday, March the 29th. And then they've got a concert in April. They just do just phenomenal work, and so it's if you've got a child out there coming up for the next season, even for the summer, they'll do some theater workshops or some musical workshops in the summertime. You get in touch with them. They've got their own website, South Hills Children's Choir, and sign your child up to be a part of that fantastic musical group. We just got done up here with Mamma Mia at Peters Township High School. Just a wonderful show. Never had seen it before. I know a little bit of the ABBA music from the 70s, and it was. I wish they would have put in the Happy New Year song, though. If you know that by ABBA, you know Happy New Year. They that was not one of the ABBA songs that appeared in there, and I think they had a little bit of Fernando too on the ukulele, and that was fun. But anyway, what a great show, and we were there 2 out of the 4 performances, and just congratulations to that cast, and now you know, in theater terms, through high school and middle school, you're on to the next show, and so that's exciting. Right before that, the middle school had their show Beauty and the Beast, and if you've ever seen any of the middle school shows, you think you're going to a high school show because they're just very well done. Laura Brannon and her crew just puts together a wonderful time, and a part of the theater community is the Wright Company. They've been with us, a children's and youth theater group, for the last 3 years. They've called Wright's United Methodist Church home, and we are glad that they are. They're working on their next production, which is The Little Mermaid. Now, it's a junior version because it'll be middle school. I think 8th grade and down, but there's 80 kids in this production of The Little Mermaid. We saw it at the middle school. Gosh, it must have been 7 years ago, when our oldest, Parker, played the part of Ursula, and then went on to do great things later on. But they're doing it again now. The Wright Company 80 kids participating in that, from the very small to 8th graders. That's going to be a great show, and that's the end of April. So you want to mark that down. You only have a month to put that on your calendar. That'll be April the 25th and 26th, right at Historic Rites Church. It's, you know, the acoustics are just phenomenal. A church built back in 1923, and there's a balcony. I mean, it is a theatrical performance just to be in the place, to be sure. The shows they've done in the past, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, they've done The Wizard of Oz, Schoolhouse Rock, man, I think they do about 3 productions a year. And so that next one's coming up April the 25th and the 26th. The Little Mermaid, the Right Company, go to their website or their Facebook page, and you'll see how to get tickets for that Friday and that Saturday night show. That's going to be a busy weekend in the village of Venetia, because also on that Saturday, the 26th, there's a craft show right there at the old historic school, the Venetia Heritage Society. And there's going to be a craft show there. I think it's 9 to 2. So you can come to be a part of that. And I think we'll do some kind of, maybe we'll do pancakes or some kind of food that morning if we can, selling it out of the kitchen of the church, just to get folks to come to town. And then plus it'll help maybe the crowd up there at the country store, because again, you can't get in on Saturday mornings up there. So we could benefit from that, maybe have a little fundraiser at the same time. That Saturday, the April 25th, that morning, a craft show, and then that evening, the second half of the show or the second performance for The Little Mermaid. And so, so when you're at the craft show building at the old school, you get to the 3rd floor. It's the Montour Model Railroad, and that's the whole floor of that school. And they have probably 8 to 10 different layouts of different gauge, from N gauge to O gauge, the G gauge trains over there, i.e. if you've ever been to the Carnegie Science Center and seen the trains over there, that's what we have at the top floor of the old Venetia School, the Heritage Society, run by the Montour Railroad, the DARE folks, D-A-R-E folks, that run that organization. When we come back after the break, I'll give you some more details of things that are coming up in the village of Venetia, because we got a jam-packed spring ahead just for you. Come and see us. Now, stay tuned for this. Hi, hey, we're back at the village of Venetia. We've been talking about all the activities going on for this spring. We've made a historic Rites Church there, the Star Lake Amphitheater, or whatever you want to call it. We've got the bright star on the front of that building, of the church, that is lit all the time, because we do star-studded performances there every day. And we're so excited about that. The shows that are coming up, South Hills Children's Choir, they make that their home. The Right Company have a show coming up April the 24th, 25th, 26th for Little Mermaid, and also Kathy's Music. That's the preeminent kinder music and studio here. It happens to be in the South Hills, but we're so glad, because they're also, I think they're #1 in the world for a kinder music organization. And so, which is, all my kids have gone through kinder music, so you start them at, maybe 5 years old, I guess, and they go through a variety of classes, teaching all kind of just movement and dance and theory and everything that culminates together when you're out there doing music or doing theater. And so they have made Rites their place for all of their performances, for all of their recitals. And we're glad for that. So, just stay tuned to our Facebook Rights UMC posts, because all the activities that we'll post on there for all the time for a busy April that's coming up. We turn the page into May for just a moment. The Wright Museum across the street, which is also the Museum of Western Expansion. If you've never been in the old Wright House over there, it's over 200 years old. The cabin behind there goes back to 1762, one of the original structures here in Peters Township when this was still Virginia. When that was built, Peters Township was still a part of the colony of Virginia, and so and then it goes back to the Wright family, built the Wright House, Wright's Church, and that's part of where we're at here today. So on May 3rd, there's a ladies' tea there. So that's on a Saturday. If you'd like to be a part of that, get in touch with that website there, which is the Wright House and of that organization on May 3rd. It's a ladies' tea. May 20th is an open house. I get that asked all the time. They said, when can we get in to see the house and the log cabin? And I said, well, we do a couple of open houses a couple times a year. The first one, I think, is May the 20th. We may try to open it up on that April the 26th, since we already have a craft show going on there at the old Venetia School. Performances on Friday and Saturday night of the Wright Company for Little Mermaid. We normally try to make it a whole village weekend, a destination where you can come and spend the weekend. If that's so, we'll be selling some kind of food out of the kitchen. I did that last summer. Put out an awning out there in the parking lot of the church, and sold coffee and croissants and sausage and egg biscuits that I cook myself. And so we'll try to do that again this summer. But look for that also on the morning of Saturday the 26th. We'll try to put something together so you won't be starved, because you're going to go to the country store and you're going to stand in line, which is great. We love the folks down there. But we've got the parking, we've got the access. You can just pull in, grab a cup of coffee, and be on your way. So we did it last summer for about a month, and so we look forward to doing that again coming up in this summer. Baseball season is right around the corner. I think the Pony folks or the Mustang people, I think, play in the Venetia fields, and also T-ball. They've already been out practicing. And when their spring season starts, gosh, they'll play every night of the week for about 45 days. And it always adds some excitement to the little village there. They're putting a new deck on the Snack Shack, rebuilding that place. So you'll be able to come, see a ball game, talk with your friends, explore the woods there, pet the dogs. We'll have Brutus and Kona out, and they always enjoy seeing the visitors that come to the village of Venetia. So we just invite you to come and to be a part of us. And again, we're starting this new kind of adventure. We want to do this every Thursday for the next couple weeks. We're taping about 9 o'clock on a Thursday morning, and hopefully it'll get out to you pretty quick. So you can get all the events of the weekend. But gosh, what's coming up? Let's do a song while we're here. Maybe for spring break that's coming up in 3 weeks. You know, when our kids were small, we'd take a spring break, and I'd drive all night to get to a beach somewhere at the Jersey Shore or Virginia. But now my kids are older and they don't want to go. But on the road again, I just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, seeing faces I have never seen, being places I may never go again, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, like a bandit gypsies and we roll down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way and our way. On the road again, I just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, like a band of gypsies, and we roll down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way and our way. On the road again, I just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. You know it feels real good to be on the road again. You know I just can't wait to be on the road again. Yeah, a little on the road again. Travel music if you're getting ready for spring break. Kids, don't miss a spring break. Even if you just take a day or two out, go to a park, go to Erie, go to somewhere in West Virginia, and be sensible about it and have fun. Gosh, I've always taken our kids on spring breaks, and so on the road again. That's what we've been about at our household, making music with our friends. We've been blessed. My wife Laura is an accomplished music therapist and pianist, and she plays upright bass when we're out doing bluegrass music. And all three of the kids are in music or music theater, and so we're blessed to have all of that happen right in the village of Venetia with the right company there, South Hills Children's Choir there, Kathy's Music, and all their recitals happen right there where we're at, and so it's a joy to come to the village. If you ever see smoke coming out from the back, and I tell this when I do introductions of all the shows that come, if you ever see smoke coming out of the driveway, that means we're cooking something on the grill, and you're welcome to stop anytime. Whether it's in the morning, we're cooking bacon and eggs outside, or a burger, or pork barbecue. If we're cooking something and you're seeing the smoke, stop. We got a coffee for you. We got a biscuit for you. And we just want to say welcome to the neighborhood, because we need more of that joy and fellowship in our world today. Do we not? I left the house today without my phone, and I got about as far as the roundabout there and said, gosh, I left my phone. And then I thought, praise God, I left my phone at home today. We don't need those things. I grew up in that time when you didn't have them. And so they could be good, to be sure, and they could be evil at the same time. So they said the same thing about television when Mr. Rogers started on PBS, gosh, some 50 years ago. It was the same thing. He saw the potential in the late 60s to do positive programming on television, and he did that all his life and perpetuated that. And so you could use this for good. You can use communication with your friends for good, or it can turn very bad very, very quickly. So always search for the good. We began our show here with Mr. Rogers, a little beautiful day in the neighborhood. That's what he said. He said, always look for the helpers out there, because there's going to be bullies out there, there's going to be difficult people, but there's always going to be helpers that are willing to help you. And he said, look for them. He just had a great philosophy in life, and we try to live that. I was sad that I never got a chance to meet him, but because I always wanted to continue. I learned so much from watching Mr. Rogers. I learned to play the guitar because of Handyman Negri, Joe Negri. He was an accomplished musician, and I think he's still around. He's in his 90s now. But I went to a workshop with Joe Negri down in the old Volklines building, which is where the Andy Warhol Museum is now on the north side. Gosh, I think when I was 8 years old, my folks bought a guitar from Volklines, and if you bought a guitar, you get to go to the workshop with Joe Negri. He was there on a Saturday morning. and that was 50 years ago. Anyway, that's why I learned to play the guitar, and he was just a helpful kind of guy, and which we can be a help out there to all those that you come across too. So think about the events that we got coming up. This Saturday on the 27th, there's a walkathon, Souls for Songs, for Southwest Children's Choir. It's a 5K, begins at the Halcyon Brewery in Oakdale, PA. You show up there at 8:30. They'll have wonderful things, bagels and coffee and all kind of good treats, and a treat bag to take with you. Do the 5K. I'll be there, and so we'll look forward to seeing you. End of April, 24, 25, 26, Little Mermaid, right there at Historic Rites Church. Come and be a part of that also. A little song to leave you going here. A little God Bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. And God bless you too out there. Go have a good day, and come see us in the village of Venetia. Rich Roberts, and I'll see you next week.